All right, what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna show you how to restore light in less than 5 minutes. A lot of people think it takes a whole lot. It actually doesn't take a whole lot. Honestly, the number one thing you really need, and you don't have to, you can do it, but it's gonna take a lot of elbow grease, the right proper tools. So you definitely wanna make sure you have a buffer. Wanna make sure you have a buffer. Any type of buffer, but I choose this buffer. Is Torque Q. I like it because it's a better buffer for anyone who's a beginner, so that it makes it better that you don't actually mess up your paint when you're trying to buff a car, especially if you're a beginner and you're not familiar with it. First thing we want to do, let's get straight into it. I want to put a polished plaid conditioner on. That's a must because you want to get the friction from in between. I'm going to use a V34. This stuff is pretty good. I think it's made by Chemical Guys, but you have to order it straight off the site. You can use any compound. I'm going to choose to use the optical grade hybrid compound. Again, you can use any compound as long as it's a thorough compound, but a compound is the very first thing you really want to put on your headlights, especially when this is here. This is nothing but oxidation, basically. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna hit it. Excuse the noise in the back, they're cutting grass outside. So watch what we're gonna do. We're gonna start off on one. We're gonna work it in. We're gonna work everything in. Now, if you have a normal buffer and you don't have a Torque Q, you have to be real careful around your paint, because your paint actually can be burnt with another type of buffer. So this buffer is actually a good buffer that when you push it down, it'll stop instead of burn. But right now we're gonna work it in. Okay, we got it worked in, we're gonna turn it up. Now we're gonna buff for a moment. Headlights, you wanna buff on high speed. You wanna get the oxidation off, high speed. Notice it's lifting. Pay close attention, your oxidation is lifting. All that yellow is leaving. See it? It's leaving. We didn't do anything great. A lot of people charge you a whole lot of money for this. But honestly, it takes about 5 minutes to get you a buffer, grab you some compound, and bam, you're back in business. Now, normally what you would do after finishing this, is we wipe it down, and voila, there's your headlight back. Headlight restored. Now, from that, to this. Now, as far as your little cracks and everything, that's down within your paint, so that's not something you want to apply pressure to, because if you damage the light, then you're going to have electrical problems later. But actually, if you would want this actually to stay like this, we would do a glaze or a wax, wax. You put a nice wax over this, seal this in. If your light is a little worse, then you go over this again. So what I would do is I just showed you just one layer. If it was worse, I would go through the same application, plop, go back again, do it again after I wiped it off, and it would take that last layer off. So you repeat this step as many times as you actually feel that it's not to your liking. So if it's to your likings when you finish, you're done. If you look at it and say, hey, I want it a little bit clear, put some more compound on and go for it. A lot of people sandpaper and all of that stuff. That's good, that's for them. But honestly, a good compound, good buffer, you can have your lights back in 5 minutes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video. Holla at you later.